Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that, wait a minute and we get all sorts of British weather in a few minutes, and how true that was. But I had to get this roof cleaned. Now, the roof layout on this Caravan, being that it's a year old now, is a little bit different to what I'm used to previously, as in the skylights at the back there, the one I'm stuck out of now, is entirely electric. So you press a button on the inside and it goes up and down. And I didn't know whether it went up enough for me to be able to stick my head out and clean. Also, that solar panel, which if you recall on previous models was one of these like normal solar panel thickness jobs, but this is in one of these ultra thin just stick it on the roof ones. So that didn't need doing. The satellite dish I had before was an actual dish, whereas this is a dome, and the air conditioning at the front is new. I never had that previously, which is probably generating a bit more in the way of green algae stuff, because it never used to do that. Well, it did, but it was never that bad. And so the car has moved, so I can get ready to motor move it forward, because I'm going to have to do that a bit later on. But I do have one of these ladders with a platform on it, which allows me to get to the roof, which I can actually do on both sides, and you'll see me moving it forward in a minute after yet another great British rainstorm. Seemed to go on for a good half an hour, but once again that didn't last long, and then that'll be me round the other side, and then we're all done. But anyway, enough of this, on with the show. Do you know, it's quite funny, I'm looking at all the trees, the hedges and the bushes, and absolutely nothing is moving. I think this is the lull before the storm, so to speak, because there is actually a storm coming.
Yeah, but I said to you, Steve, I think that if we didn't know there was a so-called storm coming and it was possibly going to be windy, we wouldn't even notice whether the trees were moving or not, would we?
No.
It's only because that's in our head, as it were, as we head, half an hour from home to Cirencester?
Yeah. So, what exactly is it that we're doing?
It's our last trip out of 2024, our Christmas trip, if you like. If you remember last year, we went to Bath Christmas Market.
That's right, we did.
This time, we are staying at Cirencester, a site we have been to before, not for ages though, about half an hour from home, and we're going to go to the Cirencester Christmas Market, obviously, if it does take place.
Well, I think some of that's indoors anyway.
Oh yeah, and there's just lovely independent shops, there's an antiques emporium. We like it anyway, and I suppose we'll spend money on Christmas presents and crap we don't need.
Now, all by the last half a mile, the rest of it is actually quite straightforward. It's dual carriageway all the way, all to this roundabout. However, we are partnered with Cirencester College, and right at the beginning there'll be lots of students on the road until they peel off onto the college ground, so be careful. And now that you've negotiated that little issue, you then have what is a thin one-direction road. It does have passing places, but you'll be lucky to get a big caravan in these holes. That being said, I would say that this is one of these sites where that 1 o'clock rule really does apply. Now, on the left here is where you take your rubbish. In fact, here comes the chap now. And there are 2 lanes on the left-hand side for arrivals and 1 straight through, because you'll note that this is a one-way system now. So on the other side of the hedge on the right is the way where you come out. Now, the check-in on this one was a little bit different, because we had one of these, book at a certain time of year you get a night free, so we had a free night, and that was taken off our bill by the staff at the time when you check in, so we had that to contend with. Once checked in though, we went round the corner, and it was just a simple case of looking at the map to find a space suitable enough, which also had direction for the satellite dish. Remember, we got one of those too. And don't forget not to rush this, because there are always people waiting for you. it would appear. Well, that's a good way to start the day. Well, we're here. We have got a service switch. That is Cirencester College there, look. But this was easy. I drove into that pitch there and reversed straight back in. Put the lock on. She calls me on her mobile phone to me in the car. And, you know, inch back. And luckily, for the first time in years, if you look at that Caravan over there, I'll just zoom in. It's higher, right? Which meant that these pitches that we're on actually have a slope on them down. So, as you can see, look, I haven't done anything off that, but that's off the ground. And because the steadies were down, I can use the automatic bit and it just lifted it without any trouble whatsoever. Yeah, look, it's festive Christmas. Servicing was easy as well, look. So I just fitted the little green double adapter. And I used a little small blue one, hose that is. Poke it in there, job done. And from a Wi-Fi point of view, we connect to the Premium Club Wi-Fi, so I'm now connected to that. And we do a test, and what's the results? We are more than able to be able to run and stream video. We like easy peasy, wonderful. And whilst we have a bit of daylight, let's go and have a little wander, shall we? See, it's not a bug house for you. I know these are gnomes. It's a gnome house. They've got a clock. Little gnome house. What have you found?
Nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting? The black. You're going to have to say that again. It's hysterical.
Okay. Yeah, I just said that someone's a bit optimistic. It's December. I suspect it's just from motorhome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beginning to rain again.
Yeah.
Started raining then.
Yeah. And we're on a purple pitch.
Hang on, there's green ones down there. What does purple mean?
Well, it looks like it's very
That's
narrow.
a green one.
It's very narrow.
Green
No
one.
amenities. Got no plug-in.
Oh, is that to bring your horse?
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. Perhaps it's a pony club place.
Is it? Oh, it's for rabbits. There's a rabbit sign.
What? It's the rabbit open, is it?
Yeah, no, it's fenced off. Look, it's fenced off.
It's for
It
your
says
dog.
picture of a rabbit.
No, it's like
Oh, it's a rabbit
it's a dog
pooping.
agility area.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I've never seen that before. What do you think would happen if Jess got in there?
Well, it's not very big, is it?
She just run around it.
But yeah, look, you can weave in and out. On you're supposed to go slalom.
It's a little motorhomes.
See, I am quite chuffed that we have a dome for a satellite dish. So when you get strong winds, all these ones, like that one, and there's quite a few on this site that I've seen already, got satellite dishes up. And there's another one over there. Right, bit of wind and they'll be coming down. See, if you were ever worried about how flat something has to be, look at the hydraulics on that. My God. Say no more. Now, see, I'm looking at this one. There are, I'm just click on that. Multi-service is green, look. No mention of purple though. That's the main site, and then there's that bit that's closed currently. It's quite an impressive hut for information. Okay, to that storm then. So I use an app that the windsurfers use. Now, I don't do windsurfing, but I like their app because what this does, I zoned into the local area, and as you can see on the left hand side, we've got times, and then the bits that I'm really interested in is that section in the middle that tells you what the maximum gust speed will be of winds, followed by a rain column. And so, looking at this in real time at 2 o'clock in the morning, we have gusts of up to 50 miles an hour. And then it gets stronger and stronger and stronger until we get 6 p.m. where it tops out at nearly 67 miles an hour. And so the awning won't be going up then. But either way, it was a really good weekend. A nice little break, getaway, and prep time for Christmas. Here we go.
It's Christmas!
It's Christmas, as you can see. Mind you, it's him that's the biggest child.
Yeah, look.
I know.
Fantastic. I saw this t-shirt.
Yes,
thought,
I
gotta
know.
buy one.
Yeah, Matalan
Oh, no,
special.
they don't have a Caravan, but you know.
It'll do. It'll do. It'll do.
So this is on the end of, summarise the end of the year, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah.
And tell you what's coming up
Yeah.
as well. So, over to you.
Okay, we have had an amazing caravan year. Loads of different stories, some ups and some downs. But overall, looking at our stats, we have done 57 nights over 13 sites.
That's 57 nights is not bad. Certainly getting value for money at that bloody expensive caravan.
And given that we both work full time, I think that's pretty good,
That's not
really.
bad, that.
It's not
It's
bad,
not
at,
bad
all.
at all.
No. So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
So yeah, we've seen lots of places in the UK. Probably a couple of highlights for me would be Scarborough for our main 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the weather was fantastic for that, wasn't it?
First week.
Yeah. I preferred Windermere as a place, but the Scarborough area, the weather was just fantastic. We had lovely
I
weather.
hope I've got this right, but Yorkshire, if that's what it is,
Yes.
I think it is, that was superb.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
we liked York, didn't we? The city of York's really nice.
And also Belgium. Belgium was all right right at the beginning of the year. It was all right, somewhere different to go to.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure that I should have taken paddling boards and things with us,
No,
because it was raining a lot.
it rained a lot, and the site was like a muddy Glastonbury, wasn't it? I mean, it really was.
Yeah.
But Ghent is really pretty.
Yeah.
Bruges is pretty, both really nice. But the others, yeah, I ain't fussed.
But I suppose the downside for me was waiting on the bloody ferries yet again. Calais, Dover.
Yeah,
Just not keen on it at
you
all.
got sick of that, didn't you? Yeah.
And then obviously Paris. But I know it wasn't what we expected.
No.
There's no point going through it all again because
No,
you guys
no.
would have seen the films on that anyway.
Yeah.
And what you haven't seen yet is we've gotten to the Eurotunnel
Yes.
in the car. Now we're going across, and I'll be filming both sides, there and back, so you can see what
Yeah.
it's like getting on and off.
And we went, just not when we thought we were going to
We
go, and we made the most of it. And there was something rather delicious about being on a site in Paris, a big site, at the end of their season when there were only about 10 of us on
Actually,
200
quite impressed
beaches.
with the site, I have to say. And we got a bit, but I did take you to Disneyland, so we did a little bit of trying to get a bit of smile back in
Yeah.
our face. And we did go to Paris as well, and we'll show you some of that on the train
Yeah.
as well. So,
Yeah, we did.
Cool.
Yeah. But we've ended our caravan year just down the road in Cirencester.
Which you've seen at the beginning of the film. So, yeah, interesting. The agility section for rabbits, that was really quite interesting.
yeah. I thought about it afterwards, and I think it's because they set it up like that because, frankly, it's rubbish for dogs. Rubbish for dogs, anything other than an armpit dog. But the site is such that it's a very dog-friendly area. There are loads of walks nearby. Cirencester Park is literally through the gate.
I'm sure there
So-
would have been a lot more going on apart from the fact that Storm Dara.
Yeah, we
And
did have the
that
storm.
kind of shut things down a bit, and things were cancelled and that. But heck,
We were
you
all
know,
right with it, weren't
it's
we?
okay.
We
It's
were
okay.
all right with it, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's quite amazing. 57 nights, 13 different sites, and a ferry and a train.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll talk to you about Skip Tax. You'll see that on some
One of the
other
Paris
videos.
films.
Well,
One of our Paris
that'll be in
films.
January. So yeah,
Yeah,
I want to get
yeah.
rid of all those, and so we can move on
Yeah.
to 2025.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, where's that time gone?
I know.
So, where's our first trip in February?
We're off to Henley because it's right next to Oxford, to be fair. We have not been that neck of the woods in the caravan before, so we're going there.
Yep.
And then in March,
Something
for your
different.
birthday, yeah, something different.
And I hesitate to say, well, it is a celebration. The holiday is a celebration, but we are doing something that we've wanted to do. Yeah.
Krakow.
We're going to Krakow in Poland.
Now, that's the main site next to Auschwitz. And if you... I know it's not a particularly
No, I've always
birthday thing,
I've
but...
always felt, not wanted, but felt, just like I did with the the beaches in Normandy and the when we went to Ypres for the First World War. I've always felt that we should visit Auschwitz, the site of a concentration camp, and just take a minute and remember how lucky we are, and that people gave their lives so that we're lucky, and what people are capable of doing.
So we're going to see that.
So we're going there.
Yeah, and also they got the salt mines there, which might have something to do with the storage of odd art stuff from the World War. I'm not quite 100% sure.
We're not 100% sure, but we think it might be
related. But then
related.
there's Oscar Schindler's factory as well. That's there if you've seen Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. And it also relates to a film we've watched recently that you may have seen, starring Anthony Hopkins, called One Life.
Yep. Yep, because that was Poland.
Yeah, so that we're in March. That we're not taking the Caravan though.
No, we could have. I did look at that. We have in the past done all the way to Austria and then down into Italy. But I'm going, well, we could swing up and do... The thing is, it takes so much time as well. So I'm thinking, in a week, why don't we just fly this one?
Yeah. And we have to go earlier this year because our son is 18 in April. So...
Well, it's Easter weekend as well,
Easter
isn't it?
weekend. So it kind of dictates when we can go away.
Yeah. But we are looking forward to going on a main holiday.
Yeah.
And I did ask you, interestingly, especially with my hatred of ferries, we're now going to Spain.
By ferry?
With the Caravan. And rather than drive all the way through France to get there, we're going to Plymouth and then 24 hours on a ferry.
Yeah. We have no idea what that's going to be like. We've never done it before. We have paid extra for a decent cabin, outside facing, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because Steve is such a fusspot and he'll just moan and groan.
I'll get bored.
Yeah.
It's a big boat.
Yes.
But anyway, I've since also had some looking on the website, on the Caravan Club website, for the rules and regulations when you go to Spain. So I got to fit marker boards to the back of the Caravan. And have you ever heard of something called a V16?
No.
More on that to come.
And I think that's about what we've got planned so far. That'll take us through to the summer.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm sure there'll be bits in between. I mean,
Yeah.
you got Easter itself. I know Dave's birthday's around there, but...
And I'm
he's 18.
sure that Steve will find places to go paddleboarding, and I'll just rock up for a night a couple of times like we did. That works quite well. And, we're looking forward to another year of caravanning and breaks in different places.
But that leaves us just to say, have a damn good Christmas.
Yep.
Because I know it's 21st today when this is going out, so we've got a few more days left before the big man arrives. But that's it for the year. And
Happy New Year.
Well, yes, indeed.
Happy New Year.
Indeed. And we'll see you on the next one.
So please like,
Subscribe.
and hit the little bell.
Bye.